Wednesday, and we'll go from there. Maybe we find something. Maybe you order me to watch. I don't know. But I really appreciate the call back, man.
Absolutely. And we've had a couple of things where we've had something on the line. We had called the company and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have the watch," and we're like, "Oh great." And then they got us to the right person and they didn't have the watch. So I mean, I'll tell you what, that's a special watch. Once you do get it, you don't ever sell it because it's the hardest watch to find. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Well, we'll see you Wednesday. Maybe you got something in stock I want. I don't know. But how much did you want for that? The one with the diamonds that my wife
The one with the diamonds. Which one was that?
It was a woman's Cartier tank. It had diamonds on it. I saw it again on your website about a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago or whatever. So
Okay.
I know it was still there, but I can't remember how much it was.
So we have it. It is $4,400.
44. Did that come with boxing papers?
That one does, yes.
Okay. Well, I'll be in with my cousin Josh, and you can meet him. And
Awesome.
I will see you Wednesday. Maybe I might get that from my wife. I might not. I don't know. But you will definitely see me on Wednesday.
We're looking forward to it. Now, let me ask you a question. For your cousin,
Yes.
could you do me a favor and just check in? Because I know we do have one, but I want to make sure it's the right one that he wants. Do you know if he has any preference on the reference number, or if there was a particular one he was after?
I know my cousin would prefer a newer watch.
Okay.
I know that's the way. Now, my cousin really don't give a shit about watches. He's just starting to get into watches.
Okay.
He has a bunch of Movadas, and he'll see something on eBay and just buy it. So he's starting to get into watches, and I know he's talked about that watch for a few years now. So I can't guarantee he'll buy it, but I would have a newer one and an older one, the new reference. And I know matter of fact, he's the one who told me there's a difference between the new reference and the older reference. I don't know what that difference is. I don't have the slightest idea.
So do me a favor, because I want to make sure, especially since you guys are coming in from California. Do me a favor, ask him which one he prefers, and I'll tell you why I think he should get the one before. So they made the 1-1, they made the 1-2 reference, and then right now the current one's the 1-3. The 1-2 reference and the 1-3 are almost identical in every single way, except for the tiniest of little details on the dial that it's basically they put some extra crowns at the 6 o'clock, and on the new reference it does not come with the diving extension any longer. Now, most guys take the diving extension off, but it's just the novelty of having it. Some people prefer to have the 1-2 reference for that reason. I think the 1-2 reference is the best out of the two, especially because they're almost identical. You also save some money there too. And you can get them as new as like 2022, 2023, I believe. So if that's something he's interested in, I want to make sure I have that one in stock when he's here. So if you want to just ask him, or if you want to give me his number, I don't mind calling him as well.
Do you have both those in stock then?
I have right now the old reference. It's a 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have? Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna call him.
Sure.
And I'll call you back.
Sounds good. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
All right.
You want to call?
Where are you getting these ideas from? We don't have any James Camerons in stock. That's what I'm asking.
You want to call Noah?
And how long would it take to?
Yeah, I'll check with the watchmaker tomorrow and see if he's far along on it or not. But I think I need something like 14.5, probably too much.
Okay. All right, bro. I'll check in with you tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, bro. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up?
Hey, do you have a 126 Ghost Oyster Flex?
No, all gone.
All gone. Do you have it in 1-1?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Do you still have the 126 Sunvest with the black sub-dial Oyster
1-1.
Flex?
It's a 1-1.
Or sorry, the 1-1?
Yeah.
Do you have any room on it?
No, it's cheap.
Is it complete?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I take it for 38?
What I posted for?
38.5.
38.5.
Yeah, you can take it for 38.
Okay. Does it have both tags or anything? Do you know? I'll take it then. I'll send you a label right now.
All right, it'll ship tomorrow. It's too late for today.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way today?
It's 6:40 here.
Oh, yeah, I forget you're in Miami.
Frick.
Okay.
All right.
All right, sounds good. And then,
Sounds good.
all right, appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So guys, we have a client that came in all the way from California. He brought his cousin out here. He was actually here for the grand opening, and that was really cool that they decided to fly out all the way from California just to support us on the grand opening. We couldn't thank them enough. That was super special that they did that. They got to meet our family, and he met my dad and just loved the connection with my father, and so they came back. And about a month ago, he reached out and gave us a huge task, and it was to buy this, to find this Cartier MC. It's a reference 533-00053, and it's a watch that was, I think, introduced about mid-2000s, like 2010-ish era about, and we sought out to look for this watch, and we looked everywhere. I mean, we're talking about every listing that we looked up online, every listing that we would look up from dealer. Actually, there weren't like any listings on dealer chats. Maybe one, but that was really old from like 2021. We looked online, and every single listing that we saw online, we even would call those dealers to see if they would send it to us, but none of those dealers even had it in inventory. Jonathan had messaged us and said, hey, I'm gonna be coming on January 24th because I got a real estate deal and I would really love to have this watch. And so we were scrambling everywhere and putting out several calls, and we honestly just could not find this watch. We don't know why. It must be super rare, but literally on the Sunday before the 24th when he was gonna be here, today is the 24th, 3 days ago on Sunday, somebody from Hong Kong reaches out and says, hey, I have that watch you've been putting out calls for. And I was like, great. But I didn't know they were for Hong Kong in the moment, so we were doing the deal. He was about to do, we're trying to get all the details squared away, and it wasn't until the very last moment he says, hey, by the way, I'm in Hong Kong. And I go, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, how fast can you get it to Texas? He goes, about a week. And I go, that's going to be too late. So I had to call Jonathan, and given the unfortunate news, we couldn't get it here. But he still wants to move forward with the watch, so I think we're going to end up ordering it for him and shipping it to him. It would have been nice to have it here for him, but he did bring his cousin, Josh, who is interested in a deep sea and most likely the James Cameron. So we're going to show him that watch. Shout out to Jonathan and his cousin Josh for coming out here. And they're some of the nicest guys ever. And we took them to some Hutchins barbecue. They got to try that, guys, if you're ever in the Dallas area. They are amazing. Treeman, we wanted to come see you, but we just didn't have the 2 hours to spare to drive an hour to you. But Wicked Barbecue is another good spot. So Treeman, you always have a special place in our hearts. But today we went to Hutchins. They loved it. And we're back from Hutchins. They've got full bellies. We've got full bellies. But we're about to check out this beautiful James Cameron. This is the 126 reference that has a diver's extension. I know I've said this before, but for some of you guys that are new to the watch world and this is a watch you're interested in, they had a 116660, which was the original James Cameron. Then they upgraded it and made some tweaks and came out with the 126660, which is this one. And they just came out with a 136660. There was a bigger change from the 11 to the 12. On the 11, the bracelet was a little thinner width-wise this way, and so it was a little more goofy on the wrist because it just wasn't as balanced. So what they went ahead and did is they widened the bracelet on the 12 reference, so now it just sits way more balanced on the wrist. On the 13 reference, they kept it the same, except for they did something that I don't know why they did. I guess I kind of understand, but they got rid of the diver's extension. Most of the guys take this off anyways, but to me, a deep sea it's almost like taking the nice wheels off of an S-Class. Even though most of the clients are taking S-Class wheels off and putting some Forgiatos or something else on there, you shouldn't deliver an S-Class without nice rims. It shouldn't happen. And there's still guys that will use them. So to me, taking the diver's extension off of a diver's watch just doesn't make sense to me. It's kind of sad to see Rolex, who is primarily known to be a tool watch company, to take away something that made them famous in the first place, which was that they were the best diving watches in the world. So to see them kind of taking away the diver's extension, I don't know. It'd be like Ferrari getting rid of a race car to me. It's just something about it. It just doesn't feel right. But nonetheless, you could get the 13 reference. But here today we have the 12, which I think is the one to get. So which one do you guys like out of the James Cameron? Comment down below. All right, well, Josh, we got this 12 reference for you. I know that you're looking for a new one. This is just the one we had, but I wanted you to try it on and see if this is the one that you want to move forward with.
That's a good look right there.
That's a good look.
I see you, man.
And by the way, the one filming right there, that's Jonathan. He's having some grace on us. We couldn't find his watch. Well, we found it. We just didn't get it here on time.
On time. So.
But we're gonna try and get it for him. And then Josh is looking at this 1-2 reference. So
Yeah, this is the 12666, huh?
yes, sir.
And the diver's extension.
Yeah. So the diver extension is this one right here. So what divers could do, there's two ways of making this work. So the first one is you can wear it like this, and then when you're ready to go diving, you can use this, but most wetsuits need more than that, especially if you're wearing a thick one or some of the equipment they have. So for those guys that are diving much deeper, they came out with this diver's extension that allows you to get that much more, so you can open it. But a lot of guys, since they're not doing that, they'll take this off. But I just think it's a novelty. When you're paying that much money for this watch, I just think it should come with this part.
Yeah.
So, but that's the diver's extension. It's that easy to take in, that easy to take out.
Very nice. Well, I made a good choice. That's the right one.
And you know all the details about why the colors are certain colors and stuff like that? Okay, cool.
And you have a box of papers for that one?
We do. But if he wants a new one, we can get him a new one too, because I know he wanted new. This one's pre-owned, so.
Right, but after hearing your professional opinion about the differences between the 13666 and the 12666, you know, that's definitely something that I need to consider.
Yeah.
And especially since my wrist is larger than most people's. I've got it right here on it fully extended without the diver's piece on extended on it, but this is a good fit. I could probably tighten it just a little bit. I like it loose like this because I'm a guy that lifts weights and my forearms are bigger than most people's. It's a good fit, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it down. So I've been wanting this since the first one came out, and this is my first time actually holding one.
Really?
Yeah.
The dealers never had one for you to hold?
Never had one.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, the one place in Hawaii, they had that one in the window, but they didn't want to pull it out.
And then you just have the black dial version, of course.
Right.
But you got to get the James Cameron.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk some more. Take the flight. Flight leaves at 2. 2 we get there for. That's right.
We can have it here if you want to take it with you.
The new one.
Yeah, if you wanted to order it, I can get on the phone right now and get one in.
You get the brand new one.
Yeah, a brand new 1-2 reference. Usually our packages get here at around 11, but we can have it sent to FedEx instead. It'll get there at 9 a.m.
So because the Cartier was coming from
Hong Kong.
China or Hong Kong, yeah, that's a long, yeah.
Trust me, I literally was so excited. We put in some work to find that watch, I'm telling you.
Well, you know what? Actually, I might go on and figure out something in the next few months to come back and actually get it from you.
Okay.
If that's the watch I wanted.
Yeah.
I do want to, I've talked to him, like we talked about the filming thing, and I'd like to get my son in here filming something.
Yeah.
I'd like to get your story, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to make any promises yet, and now that I have your phone number, Josh, we can actually talk. We can set it all up so it's properly and done correctly, and
Yes, sir.
hopefully we can make some deals on a few different levels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just found one. That's 2021 new old stock. Partial stickers.
So what years are those?
This one's 2018.
Okay.
The one that we would order is 2021.
What's the size on the James Cameron again?
It's 44.
And this is just a sub?
No, it's the same. It's the same watch, just black dial versus the James Cameron dial.
Oh, really?
James Cameron is only referring to that dial.
Okay.
Because it's they named it after him because he's the one that did
went
the
to deep sea and,
yeah. Yep.
And the Marianas Trench and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be damned. Isn't there a smaller version of this, just a sub?
Yeah, so they have a Sea Dweller, which is a 43 millimeter, but that one resembles more of a sub versus, I mean, they all resemble a sub, but to me, this one looks a little different because it's got such a thick crystal that it looks, the way the dial looks to you is very different.
Do you mind if I try this on?
No, please, of course.
Hold that for a second.
Yes, sir.
And the deep sea goes away with the Cyclops window on the date.
Yeah, that's the other. It doesn't have a Cyclops in the window like the subs and the 43 do, and the reason they don't do that is because it's meant to dive extremities. So they don't put a Cyclops because that could just
Cause it to fail.
yeah cause it to fail.
Wow. That's your size right there? Okay.
Tell them that's what benching 405 looks
Yeah.
like.
Oh, I've been to the gym with them. I know, man.
500?
2 reps.
2 reps of 500, I believe.
I got up to 265.
I'm 50, man.
And that was it.
That was I did
You're
that.
50 years old? No,
50.
yeah, no.
I shot 51 in March.
Honestly, I thought you were like
Okay, can you
maybe
get that off,
41.
man?
41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you? I don't know what I did. There you go.
That was last time I did that. I was 38.
As you can tell, I have not had that.
So the most,
5 plates, 2 reps.
so the one you would be buying would be the brand new version of this. Obviously, the new one, the other one would look more along these lines. This one's even used itself, but it's much better condition.
What's the difference? Do you know off the top of your head between the 13 and the 12?
Price wise?
Other than this.
Oh, so the only difference in the 13 and the 12 is the missing. It misses the diver's extension. Do you see, if you look between Swiss made on that one?
Yeah, I see it.
You see how there's a crown there?
Yeah.
On the new one, they put 2 crowns, one on each side of Swiss and made. That's it. If you go to any dealer like me in the country,
I know.
we're going to give you at least 90. We're going to give you 90 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't used to look at stuff like this with that mindset. But now I'm starting
Also,
to look at that
jewelry is
mindset.
way different, though. The
Yeah.
margins on jewelry is...
Yeah.
And it honestly depends on the watch. Sometimes we'll give you even more than that because we work on like 10, 15% margins, but sometimes with some of these, that's on a good day. On some of these really competitive ones like subs, 5%, 6%. I mean, to make the deal happen, I'm not saying that happens every time. There's some watches we make a really good profit. That's how we survive. But we got to do a lot of quantity. That's why with us, whenever we say there's a watch available at a good deal, you got to move on it. Because if we're not selling it to you, we're selling it to another dealer, and we're keeping the pot moving.
You got to keep on turning.
That's how it is.
Making that turn.
If you don't turn, you could have the same watch. I mean, and that's how a lot of young dealers get into trouble. They'll get a watch and they're like, I know this watch is worth 27, but this dealer wants to offer me 25. I'm like, are you making money? Yeah? Then sell it and buy another watch and make money on that one. Because the other thing that happens is if you keep a watch too long, then everybody goes, is there something wrong with that watch? Why is nobody buying it? Why? So if we have a sub, I tell them, sell it. If somebody made an offer, sell it. It's not like we're not going to see a sub again. We're going to see thousands of subs in our lifetime. So just sell it. That's how you have to survive. So anyways, I say all that to say is usually when you're buying a sports model or something that's very sought after, like these sports model Rolexes, most of the time you're able to, even if you're in a hurry like you were, where you went to a pawn shop and they gave you 20 cents on the dollar, with a Rolex, usually they're going to give you 90 cents on the dollar. Worst case, maybe 85 cents, depending on which model it is. But you're not going to be losing tons of money. And what happens with Rolex is usually over time they keep up with inflation. So if you bought it 10 years ago, which you probably did with some of that jewelry, you'd had it for 5, 10, you probably had it 10, 15 years, maybe even 20 years. Jewelry doesn't, I mean, gold goes up, but I'll say it this way. I had a professor that told us a story. He goes, guys, don't invest in jewelry unless you're buying it wholesale. Because if you buy jewelry, he said, I had a jeweler friend who said, go to my New York store and look at anything in the window. Pick anything for your wife. I'm gonna give it to you for 1/8 of what it costs on the window, and I'm still making money.
1/8?
1/8.
Yeah.
Wow.
It depends on the jeweler. Now there are some jewelers, because I mean that's why, because we're about to start offering jewelry too. So, like I'm shooting myself in the foot by saying this out loud, but we don't plan on functioning that way. You have to have a good relationship with the jeweler that you know you're getting that piece at either close to wholesale or somewhere around wholesale, or with the same types of margins that you do with the watch. Because if not, if you go to like, imagine Tiffany, who sells these crazy expensive diamond rings, you could probably be at 20th of the price and they're still making money. It's like that with designer shoes. I mean, designer shoes, you're paying $1,000 for those designer shoes. You think it costs them anywhere near $1,000 to make those shoes?
Nope.
No.
How are we looking?
Yeah. Some of mine.
Okay.
Considering what Josh was telling me, considering it all, considering that they can have it here before I leave, considering the price, text my wife.
Start off by saying it's been a pleasure coming here. These guys are like a godsend to me because I have just got in the watch game a few years back, and the first Rolex watch I bought, or I tried to buy, I found some YouTube guys, and I tried to buy this first Rolex watch. And the watch was, I found a location in Southern California. They had the exact watch I wanted. The guy's website, you couldn't buy it on the website. You had to either contact him or email. That's what he had. I emailed him, I contacted him, 30 days, didn't hear a word. Had the exact watch I wanted. I think the price is maybe 65, 68 or something like that. No response. So, time goes by. I'm still looking. I see another YouTuber, and it was Vintage Watches out of Florida. And this Vintage Watch guy, I contacted because I wanted this watch. I give him the reference number, give him some information, and that doesn't quite go as planned neither. He does send me an email back and lets me know he'll see if he can find it, so forth and so on. And then he put me on his mailing list, and I never heard another word from him. I gave him probably 60 days. I said that to say the customer service here was remarkable. I don't know what it takes to be a genuine person. I don't know what you can say about when somebody has it, but the customer service here was remarkable, and as a buyer, we appreciate it. Now, I say that caveat to say they were supposed to have a watch for me. Didn't quite work out because they couldn't get it here today. But you know what? I'm satisfied. I know he's told me I can get the watch, he can get it, just not the day I wanted. And that's fine, as long as you let me know, we talk, that's the best way to do things. And that's what he did. So I'm happy. I have my cousin here, he flew out from California to get he wanted a sub, James Cameron, and he's looking at it and we'll see what happens. But make a long story short, it was a pleasure meeting these gentlemen. It was a pleasure meeting his father, and I'm definitely going to do business here again.
So this is a picture of the Rolex James Cameron. Sent my wife a message. That's the message I sent to her. This is her response to me.
Well, is that a good response or a bad response, or what is it, man?
It is what it is.
What'd she tell you? Just go get it?
It is what it is.
I've got you covered. See what I'm talking about? Well, however you gonna do it, dog, do your thing.
Yeah. So I gotta stay true to myself.
John, well, do you have the
Showing you to see
2021?
what she said. So yeah, we'll do some business. It doesn't matter if it's at this very, very moment or when they get, because he just said they didn't have the 21.
Yeah.
Found a 22.
Oh,
Same price. So,
New
yeah,
boxes,
everything, both tags, everything.
when can it be here?
He's working on that right now.
See, that's what I'm talking about when a wife says, I got you covered. See what I'm saying? Now, that's why we communicate with we know better.
That's right.
That's why I said, my wife knew I was coming out here. She knew I was spending some money. She knew what the plan was, but you know what? It didn't work out. It's okay. I'm happy. And we're gonna end up doing something anyway. So what were you guys in Hawaii for when you went to go to the Rolex dealer?
We just happened to be walking down the road and there was a Rolex dealership right there.
Why don't you tell him your experience at the Rolex dealer?
We were going to dinner in Hawaii. We wound up going, I believe the place was called Strip Steak in Hawaii, and we were walking by the Rolex dealership and decided to go inside. They had the James Cameron in the window. Went inside to talk to the guy about buying it, and he told me that the Rolex in the window was for exhibition only. So I couldn't buy it. He told me that I could come back Tuesday when they got their shipment and see if they had one on Tuesday. Happened to be there through Tuesday. They didn't get one, and so I didn't buy one at that time. They didn't even let me try it on. They wouldn't pull it out of the window. I don't know what the deal was with that, but so it was a bust. Didn't turn out well, but we're here now, so brought me here. So I guess my flight to Texas turned out to be one where I'm not watching him buy a watch, he's watching me buy a watch.
Exactly. But you gotta understand, guys, my cousin here has been the backbone of our family. When I lost everything, I still talk to him, so forth and so on, and he has been the backbone of our family for years. And he's got me, I'm chasing him now. He was chasing me for a while. I'm chasing him now. But it inspires me to work harder, to do what I gotta do, to get back to where I wanna be.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's good to have those family members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's why I'm blessed with my 4 brothers. You know, I'll tell you what, I know that for a while they always said that you were chasing me, but I feel like I'm chasing them now.
Hey, I got you.
They get after it, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is This is what I'll be wearing when I'm on those first class flights. Sitting at the tables in Vegas.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. I don't know how he does it. I can't do it.
I have two options for you. I can do a 2022 for same price, or I could do a 2023 brand new, which is a unicorn to find, and that one is $400 more.
423.
Yeah, and it's,
And it's still
brand new.
It's still a 12 or is it a 13?
It's a 12.
It's still a 12.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between them other than the 1 year newer?
So the 2022 is in like new condition, meaning the person may have wore it once or twice, but it still looks new. And then the other one is brand new, unworn.
It's got to be there by 12. We got to basically leave by 12 here.
Yeah.
We can have it in your hands by 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, then let's go with the 23.
The 23?
Yeah.
Okay.
23,
Yeah.
brand new,
We'll let Josh
unworn,
know.
all the paperwork, box.
Complete. Yep.
Complete.
Complete as it can be.
Just a regular fluted bezel, no diamonds, nothing too flashy.
Maybe the diamond hour markers,
Okay.
but not the diamond
Around the bezel, so nothing like this.
Yeah, no, not like that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we can also find you some numbers with that as well. And typically the way it'll work is I can give you my business card, Trevor. I can send you some photos, see if that makes sense to you, and
I happen to overhear a little bit of you asking about a 26331, correct?
the Royal Oak.
Royal Oak.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it a
Blue
blue dial
dial.
or something?
Yeah.
Blue, yeah.
So, interestingly enough, I've actually been quoting a couple of people recently, and I think just depending on what year we can land on, it's going to be around the 45 range.
Okay.
So we can get something like that and just make sure it's what you'd like as far as budget or configuration. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
so that's not bad compared to what I've seen
Right.
Yeah.
out there. They seem to come down a touch. So
Yeah, for sure. And even stuff like that Skydweller that you saw recently, that's something that was being listed as high as
Yeah,
like
I saw it
even in the
over-
80s, like
yeah,
it was crazy.
And, like-
75
whenever
not
it
too
first
long
came
ago.
out, but
Yeah.
now that it's back down at around 65, that's
Yeah.
obviously
He wants steel, so I mean, it would be even
preferring
less.
steel, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the first thing I probably look for is the Explorer 2. I kind of want one that I can wear on a kind
Explorer
of
2.
And you can get a
daily
newer
basis.
reference for a really good
Yeah.
price. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing one in person because they're a little bigger, right? They
about
wear like a
42.
Yeah.
342.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
nice.
How long are you in town?
I was here
Here
this
for
week. I'm
the-
heading
oh.
back tonight. but
Oh,
Not that I can't come back. It's
right.
Pretty easy road.
Yeah, what's fortunate and unfortunate is that we had a good month in December, and so
We don't have much.
we cleared out a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
we would have likely had
We
an
had
Explorer
one, yeah.
back then, but we're just obviously we did a good job, but we're just trying to rebuild
Yeah.
as
Right.
well. So
Well, I like the store. I like that you guys have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
to
it's nice to be able to
actually
come
look
in
at,
and
yeah.
see
yeah.
so many options.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Those
mind
are
looking at
available.
numbers on an Explorer 2.
Sure.
Okay.
Let me see what we have.
Yeah, I kind of wanted something I could, wear on a daily basis.
Okay.
I've seen a couple. I don't think I've tried one on.
Do you have a dial color preference? Is it the white
Definitely
one?
the white. 'Cause
Okay.
I felt like the black would be
There's so
too
many
close
black
to
dials
this,
out there.
and it's just something different.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not as polished as like the GMTs. I feel like it's a little more.
Yeah.
A little more subtle.
Honestly, especially if you're particular on how it looks, at the end of the day, whenever it's the high polish, sometimes it can appear as though it's delicate, whereas the brush tends to hide it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're looking for a daily, that's the one to go with.
Yeah.
It
This
can
would
take
be more of like this was maybe a little in the future, but
Yeah.
more the goal. But
You ought to send us your wish list, and maybe we can start to.
Yeah, chip away at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been on the wait list at Rolex forever for a root beer.
Oh, really?
In a couple different stores too. But
Yeah. At this point, they've come down enough where I feel
Yeah,
like
they're pretty,
they're
close to the retail.
yeah,
price.
it's almost like you're paying double taxes, I would say.
Yeah.
As opposed to before, where it was like a little bit more. At the height of it all, it was like in the mid 30s, which was crazy.
Yeah.
But now I think you can get one like in the like
well under 20.
yeah, a little bit under 20.
23 box and papers complete, brand new, tags and everything for $12,500.
Okay.
Or I can get you a 2024 dated one for a little bit more, like.
Yeah, I don't think 24 is not necessary.
Yeah,
Necessary.
I mean
really
this.
just wanted the new.
Yeah, the newer
caliber,
reference.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
new caliber.
This would be it, complete 2024.
I couldn't remember what do they call it with the when you rest it and so it doesn't.
Power reserve.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's got a much longer power reserve.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that would
they
be
they
it.
tend to do that every so often. Typically within like a certain model or reference number, it usually lasts around 10 years on average.
Yeah.
And so even with the new Daytona, I believe it has a little bit of a higher power reserve as well.
Is there anything else that you would maybe want to try on while you're here? Or?
Yeah, I'll have a look around.
Sure.
What kind of deposit do you need for?
So it would be a 20% to have it brought in, and then
Yeah.
we would have it overnighted here. I mean, it's up to you if you want to come back and try it on
Yeah.
and then finish, the rest of the payment here, or we can send it directly to us and overnight as well, and then you pay the rest. The remainder.
Okay.
I'm looking to get you the numbers for your wife's. I know you're not necessarily looking for something brand new, just something that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So I'll find you some options there as well. And go from there. If anything else catches your eye. Everyone has a list, once you start
Changes all the
this.
time now.
Yeah, I'm sure, but there has to be at least one or two items on that list that you're like.
I do like the GMT. I feel like it wears a little bigger than some of the others. I was
Sure.
but I'm on the wait list for the root beer, the two-tone root beer, but
Yeah.
not heard back anytime.
Yeah, I actually think that I had heard that someone was bringing one in. I think I saw a client that was trading one in.
Okay.
I'd have to look back and see, but that's something we can
But after
easily
going through them all, I
source.
feel like the Explorer is the one that I can kind of wear
Yeah,
on a daily basis.
I hear that.
And I like to wear them, so I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
want
it's
something
very
I'm gonna-
robust, that watch.
I'm gonna wear a fair amount and not just
Yeah.
wear it every once in a while.
Sure.
Yeah, so that option that she just showed you, that it seems like that one's available. So I mean, we can work as fast as you're willing to let us work. So we could get that technically probably as soon as tomorrow, depending on the time right now, as long as we have that deposit. But if you need some time to think about it, let us know.
Yeah,
Or
just give me a second to think about it.
Sure.
I'll go look at some other.
Absolutely.
it really is pretty simple. The only reason we ask for a deposit is because we are committed to the watch as soon as we order it, and so understandably it wouldn't be refundable. But as long as you love the watch, I don't think we will have any issues with that.
All right, well, let me have a think about the Explorer and.
Okay.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
I'm ready
Give
to
me
pull
a
the
call.
trigger, I'll be in
Yeah.
touch in the next.
Sounds great. And then even if you wanted to, as soon as you got in the car or whenever, just text the number, your name. That way she can have you saved.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of go from there.
All right.
Does that sound good?
Yeah,
It was
nice
a
meeting
pleasure
you.
Yeah.
meeting you,
Thank
Trevor.
you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Yeah, appreciate you
Good luck
visiting.
with the puppy.
Of course.
Hi, Mr. I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know I sent over the invoice via email.
Yes.
So if you want to go ahead and pay the deposit for the No Time to Die, and then I will be sending you the shipping label for your Hamilton. And then we will conclude the rest of the sale tomorrow. Once we receive your Hamilton, we'll apply that towards it and then send you the difference via wire for you to complete the wire.
Gotcha. Excellent. Okay.
Okay, Miss. Well, thank you so much again for just your business and for working with me. I know, it's been some time coming now, but we got you a phenomenal piece, and I think you will not be disappointed once you see it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna verify right now and then send it over right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So Mr. Gill had reached out last week from social media. He found our contact and was looking for an Omega Seamaster, No Time to Die. Turns out they're a little harder to find than I actually thought they were. We've been going back and forth for about a week, just looking over some options, trying to get him, the best price deal for him. And we were able to land a 2024 that was brand new. It's great because he got a really good deal for it. and it's just as good as getting it from the AD. He got it in a faster time, so he didn't have to wait on a list or anything like that for a brand new piece. And the best part about it is that the card will be registered directly under his name, and he really loved that about it as well. I just hope he loves the piece as much as I do, and we're looking to do some more business in the future, hopefully. So it was a good transaction.
Hey, Jess, what you got there, man?
Yeah, I got this box right here.
It's like WOLVYN. Okay.
About to open it up.
Okay.
Take a look.
Oh, they got it all wrapped for you?
Yeah, but
Okay. Okay. Oh, what is that? What is that?
it's right there.
Hey, wait, what? Oh, yes, indeed. My cousin actually spent some money. Lord Jesus. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man. What is that, man? Tell us about it.
That's that James Cameron.
James Cameron Deep
That's that
Sea.
Deep Sea Rolex. Baby.
Okay, man. And this young man just completed a transaction. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, sir. We are at WOLVYN Luxury Timepieces, and my cousin decided to buy a watch, and we all happy. It's a good day. And once again, I'm gonna say it like this, man. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
It's your, there you go. Ah, look at those manners. Somebody taught him right. Hey, man, we really appreciate the experience. Who taught you guys all this, the tricks of the trade?
My father.
Okay.
Customer service.
Okay.
He's always taught us customer service is number one, so that's what we strive for.
Ah, very good answer. Very good answer, boy. All right, you aren't gonna put that on, Josh?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't want. I'd rather you wear that on your wrist on the plane.
Wear it home. Yeah.
They got the green sticker on the back still? Okay.
So it's the next morning. We promised you guys the watch would be here.
Yes.
It's like 10. It was. And we just delivered a 126660 to Josh and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan, for bringing your cousin along. That was,
Wow, that's looking good on my wrist right there.
this is his first Rolex, which is
First Rolex. Yeah.
He's not the kind that normally wears watches, but one day he was walking somewhere, saw the James Cameron, and was like, one day I'm gonna have that watch, and today's the day.
Yeah.
So.
Today's the day. Got the watch I've wanted for years. Thanks to the folks at WOLVYN. I appreciate it, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you, sir.
Safe travels, Jonathan. Josh, enjoy your watch. Safe travels.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back.
Yes, sir.
For the next one.
It's 2023 blue dial, bought from the boutique. Only worn it. You saw from the pictures. It's what's there, but it's got the complete box set, papers, all that. I've only worn it on the rubber strap. I have never worn it on the calfskin or the bracelet.
Okay.
They did size it. They took out one link. That one link is, there with it as well. And it's, if you ask me, it's in pretty good shape, but I don't know if you guys have your own.
Yeah, no worries.
You don't have questions on this thing, so.
Yeah, I'll definitely take your word for it for now. So it should be like a slider almost. It sounds like.
That's what I would call it. But.
Perfect. Here's kind of how we work. So so there's two things. I'm not sure if you were just looking for a sell price where we'd buy it outright, or if you're willing to consign it. There's two different numbers there. If we go off of like the wholesale market on this watch, we'd be somewhere pretty low, like at honestly probably like 20,000, 21,000 is maybe where I'd be. I need to kind of look. They're wholesaling. I'm looking and I'm seeing what they wholesale for is about 22.5 to 23 even for a brand new one. So I need to be slightly below that. If you're willing to consign it, we could probably list it at 28, being that it's a new one, maybe even a little bit more than that. And then we would just take on that, I believe it's a 7 or 8% fee, and you keep the rest after we take our fee out. So there's two options there. We do sell a ton of Acheron, and it does really well for us here in Dallas. They just opened up a boutique here too. So it's been quite a buzz around here.
All right. So you would list it. You think so? 28 if we list.
Yeah, and for and I'm willing to try it a little higher if you'd like to. 28, I think is a good price for 2023. But considering what I see out there, I mean, we could try it a little bit more and see if we get any offers, or if any bites at that, or if you just want to go straight for, you know, just be aggressive from the start. At 28, I think would be a good starting point.
Yeah, no, I don't want to sell for 20. I'm not in a big rush to sell this thing.
Okay.
I just don't wear it that much.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not in need for that. I don't need the cash right now. Okay, let me think about it, and then what's the best number to get back to you?
Let me text you my personal cell. That way you have that. And then if you decide to do this, we would just send you a consignment agreement and a fully insured label. With that consignment agreement, there's an area for you to check off all the different items that you'll be shipping with the watch. It kind of keeps like an inventory. That way when we get it, we can confirm everything. That consignment agreement also allows us to have your watch insured with our insurance company and everything else of that nature. And that way when you drop it off to FedEx, you're covered as long as you drop it off at a FedEx ship center and keep the receipt and send me a picture of that receipt, we're fully covered.
All right, then the final question is, I'm not in a big rush to sell it, so if I choose to consign it with you guys, I mean, how long are you guys willing to sit on prices for you guys? To me,
the more, I mean, to be frank with you, the more watches I have in inventory, the better. If you're not in a huge hurry, I'm more than happy to put it out there. As long as we're not priced out of reality, which would affect my other prices on watches, I'm more than happy having it.
I want to take the most out of it, and like I said, I mean, if you look on Chrono, and like Chrono's, what you will know, it's not realistic, but I mean, they're like in the high 20s to low 30s, depending on where you look. So
yeah, no, it's to us, it doesn't bother us having it here. We're covered, like I said, with the insurance. We have a policy that covers that and more. Obviously it covers everything. So as far as that, we're fine with that. It's not in our way here. It's better to have the inventory than not have it.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me think about it. Let me get back to you guys.
Sure, no problem. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Awesome. And just can you send me a text with the number?
Absolutely, I'll do it now.
Awesome, appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. So it was a pleasure talking to this gentleman. I just kind of want to explain a little bit because there's a huge gap, particularly on this model right now. And I kind of want to explain what's going on with the Vacheron market in general, which is some good insight for you guys and kind of prepares you guys if you should buy this or not. At least you have the tools in your pocket to kind of make the decision on buying this watch retail versus secondary. So this is kind of what's going on. In 2023, they still had the 4500 blue dial, and they had done a price increase. And so the watch used to retail for about $20,000, and then it went up to $25,000. And this actually applies to most models. So the 4300, which is a perpetual calendar, that one the retail was like $102. Now it's like $115. And so it works with the 5500 and even the 7900V. And I think they're going through some discontinuations, particularly on the 4500V. It's actually not the 4500V anymore, but we'll get to that in a second. In 2023, we had the 4500V, and we used to retail for about $20,000 plus tax. It was like $22,000, $23,000. Now, in 2023, at some point, they quietly raised the price to $25,000 plus tax. So you ended up getting closer to $28,000 out the door, depending on your tax bracket or the taxes in your current area or where your AD is. And so it was around that price. The issue is that it was kind of a quiet thing. And because of the market correction that happened recently, and we're still in a market correction now, we didn't really get to, even though they raised their prices, because of where we are in the market, the secondary market didn't really catch up on the price increase. So the 4500Vs in general, even though they did a price increase, there were still so many of the prior watches, the ones that people paid $20,000 for plus tax, that they were okay with letting them go for $22,000, $21,000, $23,000, those kind of prices. Now that the price increases happen, and this individual unfortunately bought with the price increase, he paid closer to like $28,000 out the door. So I offered him $21,000, and that's just because in secondary market the 4500V is still on the lower end of that market. It hasn't caught up to the retail side of it. I think we're going to see something different happen because now they have the 4520, and since that is a completely different market, and that leads me to what I was saying before, now the 4500V is discontinued. I don't think those are going to go up in value because they brought out the 4520V, which is honestly everything that the 4500V had wrong with it, they fixed here. So some of you might disagree with me, but one thing that I did not like about the 4500V was that the bracelet did not taper. I understand why they did it. It's because they wanted every link to be removable. But to be frank with you, when you have things like the AP and the Nautilus that taper beautifully, it left something to be desired for me in the 4500V. Even though they had all the other stuff like the easy remove bracelet and the easy adjustment on the micro adjust on the bracelet, Patek proved that you can have a tapered bracelet while still having that micro adjust. So even though Vacheron was the innovator, kind of like Android, Patek came in kind of like Apple and perfected it with the new bracelet with the micro adjust. So now what Vacheron did is they want to be the pioneers again. So they tapered the bracelet, still have the integrated micro adjust. It's tapered and it still has the easy remove system. They've even tweaked the way that the easy remove system works mechanically. They changed the prong thing to something else, and I'll show you this to you guys in a different video. We have handled these watches and we just didn't have time those particular times to film something, but when I get one of the new models, and I'm gonna try to get one here in the next few weeks, I'll show you guys the differences between the 4500 and the 4520. That being said, now that they have the 4520, I think the market will catch up to those prices, so the prices should trade closer to what the new retail is. But that's why those 2023 models of 4500Vs that people paid $28 for, those guys kind of got hurt the worst because everybody else prior to them paid way less. Then they discontinued it, and now they came out with such a much better watch. So for this guy, it makes sense for him to consign it, because even though you can find old ones, if you want a 2023 as new as you can of the 4500, if you're just the guy that likes the 4500, then that's the best, newest, greatest 4500V you can get, and you can get it for right around what the retail price is anyways. So that's probably a watch he's going to consign. That's kind of what I was trying to explain to him. And for you guys that wanted a little bit of a market update on Vacheron, that's kind of where we're at. So my suggestion is look on the secondary market, because there's some good deals to be had on Vacheron versus retail right now. But we'll see what ends up happening here in the next few months as the price increases maybe reflect the secondary market a little bit. I don't think they're going to do that much, but we'll see. We'll kind of have to give you guys an update in a future episode. But with that being said, guys, thank you for visiting this week. This is another episode here of WOLVYN Official. Thank you guys for all the support, to all of our local clients, loyal clients from abroad and even in different states. Thank you guys for the business. Thank you for following us through this journey. We're getting views, but we still have lower subscriber count. Let's get those subscribers up. If you guys can please comment down below what you guys think about this Vacheron pricing. If you guys have any speculations, or if you guys have heard anything that we haven't heard. I don't get to go to these Vacheron announcement parties and stuff like some of you retail guys get to go to. So sometimes we have to hear this stuff through the grapevine. We do work on this every day, so we do hear a lot of stuff, but some of you guys have more insider scoop than we get because we don't get invited to these things. So comment down below something you may know or what you guys think about these Vacherons, and we'll make a future video too, so comment down below if you want to see that. Other than that, subscribe to the channel, and guys, we'll see you next week.